Usiku, and this is in Tinda, which is where I'm coming to you from. But we are going to talk about money, because every worker, whenever he gets out of his home, goes to look for the money. But now we know that there are efforts for people to get some of their money, the savings that are within NSSF, and that is just coming from the NSSF Amendment Act 2019, which is now supposed to go back to Parliament, and then Parliament is supposed to do another process. But yesterday there was a meeting, and there is another meeting today. The union leader, NOTU, workers' union leaders and MPs, as well as other stakeholders, are trying to make sure that they rally more people to make sure that yes, this bill is assented to, is passed by Parliament, and then assented to. I'm not going to be speaking to the Chairman General of National Organization of Trade Unions, Asha Wilson Owele, to let me know about the processes and the efforts they're pushing to make sure that this this bill is passed through Parliament. Morning to you, Mr. Owele.
Morning. How are you, my brother?
I'm okay.
Yes.
Yesterday I saw you with the Speaker of Parliament. You're making efforts, and even today you're having more meetings to ensure that yes, you push for this bill.
Yes.
First of all, bring us to speed. What exactly happened within the meeting that you had with the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Olanya?
First of all, the meeting we had with the Right Honourable Jacob Olanya was very fruitful in a way that he welcomed our consultation, because after his pronouncement, there was a lot of anxiety from the workers, from the public, and even you, the media. So our method of work, first of all, we had to organize ourselves as leaders to discuss with my members of Parliament and then other leaders. So we agreed that we consult the Speaker on his pronouncement. First of all, he has agreed with us that we need to fast track this bill. This is a bill which is going to facilitate the livelihood of ordinary people, and also ensure that transform the lives of workers. So it's not a regulatory bill where it's going to regulate life. It's a bill which is going to transform the life of workers. It will also bring money in the economy. At the same time, it's opening up, and it's also going to spur the economy by making sure that it brings more people to save with the NSSF. So he has accepted. Parliament is going to treat this bill as a special bill, and other bills, but this particular bill, because the level of dialogue which took at the highest level with the president of this country, and we agreed on fourth. So we were explaining to him how we have arrived at that level, the levels we have gone in, the kind of dialogue, the kind of negotiation between workers, employers, government as a tripartite, and where we reached. So our main agenda was yesterday was, first of all, to bring him on board to understand our side of the story. And we also understand his side of the story, which we all agreed that we must now fast track this bill so that it can help the workers.
When you talk about fast tracking, you have to agree with me that this wasn't an easy task for you, the members of Parliament, the stakeholders, in ensuring that this bill passes, that it was passed in February 2021. But you know, you had the meetings with the president, you had different stakeholders, you had different efforts that you had to push in. And now you're going into another process. Yes, it may not go towards the same direction, but still, it will not be an easy one. You have the community, the people, have to engage their members of Parliament, because you never know. You may succeed with talking to the Speaker, but then on the floor of Parliament, it may not pass.
No,
this is another big task.
What we are doing, first of all, you and me, we must now do advocacy to try to convince the other members of Parliament. And I'm calling upon the workers out there go to your member of parliament, convince him, so that when this bill goes back to the floor of parliament, they are able to have at least discuss and ensure that this bill goes through. So we are engaging all the stakeholders and mainly the members of parliament. We have 5 members of parliament. We have another 2 who are leaders of the organization. So all of them, we are now going to lobby, including me, including the other center, the Center Organization of Trade Unions, and all other stakeholders. So we are going to move in now at a very high speed.
For the opponents of this bill, this came as good news that you had to go through another process because remember, some were saying that NSSF, once you get out the money, give it to the people who are 45 and have saved for the last 10 years, it will also affect the economy. And this, when it was taken back, it wasn't assented to by the president. They saw it as sweet music to their ears.
No, it was just a temporary thing because we knew for us our meeting with the president was successful on 4th and it was given okay. So I don't think anybody who thinks well for this country, because this bill, to tell you the truth, is bringing more money in the economy. How? There were only two areas of people saving. You must have more than 5 workers and you save. But now it will go up to 1 worker. Whether you have 1 or 2, they will save. It is going out for more economy. All those who are workers out there, there are about 11 million workers who are not saving. Now we only have about 1 point something.
Okay. Finally, as we wind up this conversation, some of your workers, the members, the teachers, they have not yet received the stimulus package as directed by the President to the Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance is saying there is disorganization and unharmony within the teachers' associations. What are you doing as NOTU to ensure that, yes, the teachers who are on the ground, who have been in lockdown for 2 years, get something? Because the leaders of the associations are not organized and they are accusing others of failing these teachers to get the money.
I think there was a kind of this miscommunication. We have tried our level best to talk to the Permanent Secretary and Minister of Education. We want to guide them on how to do this. Because first of all, we have a union, which is actually the private teachers union, and other union which is not. So we need them to organize the workers. Organize the workers in a way that it's not an association. Association may not have mandate, but once they go through the union, they will be able to go through, and we are going to guide them.
Your final word to the people?
My final word is to the government, especially Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development. I want you to expedite and bring this bill as soon as possible, not lesser than this week, back to Parliament, so that we start the process and we start fast-tracking this bill. So my appeal to the Honourable Minister of Gender and the Attorney General, because this is a government bill, and being a government bill, we want it in Parliament within. I've also tasked my MPs, our MPs,
the workers' MPs,
workers' MP, to ensure that they push for this bill to come back.
Thank you so much. Asha Wilson Owere, the Chairman General of National Organization of Trade Unions. This is Stephen Imbido on Fefeswe Chibuga, handing you back to Romeo Busiku in the studios.
All right, Mr. Stephen Imbido, thank you very much for that update. Yes. Have you grabbed your